the Ogun State government on Wednesday cited rising tensions, too many petitions and security concerns as the reason behind its decision to suspend with immediate effect a process to select the new Awujale of Ijebuland. This came as the Awujale Kingmakers Council cancelled a planned meet and greet with nominees for the contest and directed them to report to the Department of State Services office in Ijebu-Ode, the kingdom's headquarters. The late holder of the title, that's Oba Sikiru Adetono, he reigned for an unprecedented 65 years. The development is expected to temporarily stall succession to the Awujale throne as stakeholders await further guidance from the state government. Well, the Rise News analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to discuss the unfolding twists and turns and the need for the Ogun State government and the kingmakers to protect the dignity of the throne. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Many thanks for being here.
Yeah, good afternoon. It's a pleasure being here as usual.
What do you make of all that we're seeing unfold in this situation?
Yeah, it's a very interesting development. You see, the late Awujale, that's the late Oba, reigned for 65 years.
Yeah.
And somehow when he died, he had made plans to make sure that they did not follow the traditional way of burying a king. And they wrote in one of his books that there was a despicable practice whereby palace guards, when the Oba dies, in retaliation for the servitude they have served, they literally beat him to death, and that he will stop that. And I think he did. I think it was buried privately, unlike before. But see, I knew him personally. He was a very lucky person. And you cannot discuss this topic without knowing his personality. He was brought to the throne while he was studying accountancy in the UK, I think 25. You see, at the end of it all, I would, and this is my own personal view now, that he died angry with the entire system. He died angry with the entire system. They are lucky to have somebody like Dr. Sonny Kuku as the person leading the transition for the appointment of a new Oba. There must have been, see, Ijebu-Ode people are very proud people, very well educated. And they are, how do I put it? They are very cultural. They have age groups that all of us who are in that part of the world want to have to our culture. But you see, when this Oba died, or before he died, he made an appointment that showed that he wanted to, well, he's dead now, that he wanted something to happen to the system. He made a well-known musician, I mentioned him, to a title that was that is very, very important in succession to, Chief Balogun, the banker lawyer. And people thought that was denigrating and spiteful to the man who had just died, who happens to be his friend. So that has caused some controversy about the transition and the succession of the new Awujale. And people are quite sensitive about it. I think it is to forestall any crisis or any violence. The government has stalled the process now. I do not know the details, we have not been told, but it has been stalled. Before that, they said it will happen within a month, they will have a new Awujale. But there's a stalemate now. So let's leave it at that.
Okay, Mr. Sobowale, I'm thinking here because I'm not too conversant with the tradition there, but is this a rotational succession between families, or it is hereditary in terms of succession? Having a successor?
It is hereditary.
All right.
It is rotational. And the family whose turn has come has been identified. But to alarm you more, the family brought 91 people to fill the one room. 91 people and one woman, a princess. In Yoruba land, in most, we have besides Moremi, in ancient mythology,
yes.
I've never heard of a Yoruba woman Oba. But you see, that is to show you the profundity and the gravity of the situation in electing a new Awujale. Yes. It's hereditary, it's rotational.
Thank you for that, for clarification and alarming us even further, Mr. Sobowale.
You can't say much on this.
Well, I'm glad. That's why you're the analyst, right? But Mr. Sobowale, of course, we understand when it comes to tradition and culture, a lot of young people they look at things and they want to understand how the process works. But now that we're seeing this tussle, if you may, regarding the thrones, how do you think this affects the way that it's perceived, or now that it's being made a bit of like a spectacle of it all? How do you think that it's being perceived by by those who aren't inside but are viewing from outside, like myself?
Okay, I myself, I'm an outsider. I don't come from Ijebu, I'm come from the other side. But you are more of an outsider on this issue. So that's why I will explain now.
Oh, okay.
That's why I will explain. You see, we can't discuss this without linking democracy to it.
There you go.
Get me? The era when the title they used to greet the Oba in Yoruba means Kabiyesi. That a man that you just have to obey. You want what is law. But that is ancient history. The late Awujale was not an absolute king. And in Nigeria, we don't have a monarchical system.
Yeah.
We have presidential system. So they are forcing over an initial throne that is gradually losing relevance in the scheme of things. Because even if whoever becomes Awujale is subject to the authority of the local government of Syria, not to talk of the governor. Get me? But young people, you can see rich, educated Nigerians in diaspora are coming home now to claim thrones. Yeah. To claim thrones. Because, the Naira has dwindled. So they bring in $5 million now. They buy the entire kingdom and the election process. This is not an exception. But I know the man in charge, Dr. Sonny Kuku, is a well-known doctor in Lagos here, and guys who are well educated. I pray for him to manage the process well. But in spite of whatever controversy you see affecting it, people, well-educated young people like you, are still attracted to it because they still want to be prostrated for and get to win the Irukere,
Since you're directing all this at me, Mr. Sobowale, it's fine.
The person with always. So
that's true.
What do you call me the other time? Bestie,
Your bestie, my bestie. Of course. But Mr. Sobowale, briefly, please.
Yes.
Do you think that this reflects a breakdown in the traditional institution itself, or do you think this is a case of modernization colliding with ancient customs?
Well, it is both.
Okay.
It is both. That's what I just said. The modernization is the relevance. Okay. You get me? Of the power of the Awujale in the modern democratic setting. You get me?
Yeah.
There's the modernization.
Okay.
What was the other one you said now?
I was saying, is this a breakdown of traditional institution itself?
It is not a breakdown. It is a merger of the democratic system with the traditional institution to avert a breakdown of public order. It's a measure to assure public safety, such that an ancient institution that has no meaningful political value now, but has cultural importance, that's the aggression or rivalries over that, does do not disturb public peace or the political stability of the environment.
Very good.
Okay. When you sign out, you also could say Mr. Sobowale, Mr. Sobowale, a rising journalist and Cynthia's bestie. He likes it.
Mr. Dayo Sobowale, a rising journalist. Thank you very much for your thoughts on this issue. Good to have you with us here.